Every child needs access to language to learn, to connect, and to grow. But for many deaf children, language doesn't come easily or early because their access to communication can be delayed.
So my name is Erica Hardy. My sign name is Miss Hardy, and I teach deaf education for first and second graders from my various backgrounds. Some are profoundly deaf, some are like moderate hearing loss.
Sharon Pipkins. I'm an interpreter for the deaf at Dulles High School.
I'm Kelly Preston. I'm the 3rd through 5th deaf education teacher.
My name is Jahad Hamarani. I work as a training specialist in public health, but before that I worked as an audiologist.
What to you is language deprivation?
It is when especially young children don't get the language input that they need, so they struggle to learn language.
In your experience, how common is language deprivation among deaf students?
It's very common. It's usually rare that we don't have a student that doesn't have any kind of language deprivation.
In your opinion, what age does language deprivation typically begin and show noticeable effects?
I think it begins very young, 1 or 2 years old, but I think it shows up detrimental effects once they start school because they're typically behind their peers.
What are the most common causes of language deprivation you've seen, whether it's late identification, lack of access to sign language, inconsistent communication at home or elsewhere?
The most common?
Yes.
I think the most common is late aided. So if you have the identification, sometimes there's a lot of lag time and there's pressure from the medical industry saying, let's hold off on doing anything and we'll get the devices or we'll have the surgery, we'll have them fitted for hearing aids, and then we'll kind of promote autism versus access to language, period. So there's not a whole push from the medical industry for parents when they first find out.
In your opinion, how does language deprivation affect the cognitive development or social skills of your students?
I think it has a big negative impact on them because we don't often realize how much hearing children get from just everything around them, just from hearing conversations and how people talk to each other and things like that. So socially it's difficult, but also if they're not understanding what's going on at school or what they're trying to read, then that sets them back as far as their cognitive development.
How does early access to natural language like ASL prevent language deprivation?
It gives them a way of communicating and a way of understanding what's going on around them.
What early signs or behaviors tell you that a student may be experiencing language deprivation?
They're not achieving typical development. Some of them are not walking when they're supposed to walk or speaking when they're supposed to speak and using language and communicating at a typical age. And so there's frustration in communicating and tantrums. They typically are socially, they don't socialize like a typical student would with other students or with other children or with family members.
And how does it specifically impact deaf or hard of hearing students?
A lot of deaf and hard of hearing students, the majority of them have hearing parents, and many of the parents don't learn sign language, and so the kids are not exposed to a lot of language when they're young, which puts them behind as they get older.
This is a curriculum we use called Freedom Spelling Your Own Way, and it has PowerPoint for each unit, along with materials outside of it, like books and things you can use. So we just play it and it teaches them the vocabulary, like how to spell the word and how to sign it. It typically starts like basic words like cat and bat, and typically for like each unit, the words have like the same ending. So like on this unit, it's all like AT words, so like cat, bat, mat, and stuff like that.
But is there anything that y'all do that is not a part of the curriculum that helps benefit your students?
Yeah, so we do a lot of like advocacy stuff, so like teaching the students how to go get the mic that connect to like the hearing aids and the implants, how to get the mic, how to connect to them, teach them how to use them, how to connect them.
Would you say majority of parents try to encourage to learn ASL at home, or do you find they mostly leave it to you to teach them?
I think most parents want the best for the kid, but learning sign language might not be the easiest for them, so they typically just don't do it.
So from a clinical perspective, how does language deprivation affect a child's cognitive, social, and emotional development from an audiological standpoint?
It shapes the way like you're able to express yourself, interact with one another, like what you're able to just take in, like in a school format, like when you're learning, like you are growing with each school year as well, like the concepts build upon one another. And so like when your access to language looks a little different or hearing looks different, there are delays that take place. So it takes a bit longer to catch up, or like maybe you need other assistance.
In evaluating a child, how do you separate the effects of hearing loss from the effects of language deprivation?
Knowing like the red flags or the signs when someone may need like language support, and then that would look like a referral to speech and language pathology. And they are a therapist that can assist with language learning and speech. And so it was more like being aware of knowing, like is this person experiencing delays? And like honestly, the two are also connected, right? Because hearing is not black and white, it's a range. It's not you've got normal hearing and you're deaf. Those are two like ends of a spectrum, and a lot of people also fall somewhere in the middle or somewhere else on this spectrum. And that, depending on what that looks like, that's also going to affect your speech development, your like verbal language learning.
What interventions do you believe are most effective in preventing language deprivation in deaf and hard of hearing children?
Early identification of hearing loss is the first thing. It can be very easy to miss hearing loss when, babies are born or when children are young, because language learning, like the output of that verbally, takes a while to come through. There are different stages. Like first you just start to like coo and make sounds, and then you kind of move towards like babbling and putting together some words. So there are these stages, and it's very easy to miss if someone has hearing loss. So I would say like early identification is the first thing, catching it early. Second to that is intervention, whether that is like auditorily, like medically, or like also through sign language. So like really knowing all your options and like working with someone who can really educate and inform you on the different options that are available. And then I think like the third part is family support. It's very hard to move forward unless you have like a family structure where people are willing to support you through the different needs that you have.
Every deaf child deserves a language they can fully access. When we give them that, we give them the chance to learn and to thrive.